Hi, this is Quinn, and welcome to QuinTech. Well, thank you for coming along in my latest video on QuinTech Retro. And in this video, I actually recorded this a few months ago. My Amiga 2000, I've been having, I was trying to fix it, and so I took this 68,000 socket off, and I did a really cruddy job. I didn't know what I was doing. It was my first time really doing a kind of extensive soldering job, and it didn't work out. But silver lining, I will be showing you the horrendous job I did. My first really major soldering job that I tried to do on my Amiga 2000, and it didn't work out well. Yeah, I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just kind of fiddling around, but I really wanted to do something. I really was trying to do something and trying to learn and do some good stuff. However, it didn't work out, but I did make a lot of progress. But the silver lining is, I just this past week talked to another YouTuber, one who has been a long time Amiga tech, and he actually knows what he's doing. I was just kind of trying. I really didn't know what I was doing, but he has agreed to help me fix my Amiga 2000 motherboard, and I he said he normally asks $300 cash to do any work, but I worked out a trade with him. I have some of these old Amiga parts, and some of them are vintage, and you can't come across them every day. So he was like, heck, give me. I offered him the whole mega chip little board with the Agnes chip inside it, and he was like, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll help you. Um, you don't even have to give me the Agnes board. I just want the chip that's inside it because I need it for my project. And I'll pay for, I'll recap your board. You don't have to pay for anything. Just give me this, um, just give me this Agnes chip, and you pay for the shipping back and forward, and make sure that you pay for the insurance, so that if anything goes wrong, then you'll get paid back. And that's what he told me. I was surprised. I had offered him all this other stuff. I have quite a few like old vintage products for Amiga, but he just wanted this. I offered him um, the whole mega chip little board, and he said, "I just want that. I just want that chip, that Agnes chip, because I need that, and I will do this for you. But I have two or three people ahead of you, so you're gonna have to wait a few weeks, maybe a couple months, and um, that doesn't bother me. I've been waiting 15 years. I hadn't played with this in 15 years, and then I booted it up and it wasn't working. I'm not worried about a couple of months. And then, um, what else? So I'm so appreciative. Thank you, Chris Edwards. You are the bomb. I've been enjoying watching your content. I like I like your demeanor on your videos. You joke around. You don't use any profanity because I guess you have young children or whatever your reason is, and good for you. And but you do a lot of innuendo kind of jokes, so think about it. What what would your 12-year-old do if she saw your innuendo joke? Anyway, I love how you came up with this term. Maybe you didn't come up with it, maybe someone else came up with it, but I'd never heard it before. Your bobble pops, meaning beers. Your bobble pops, meaning beers. I like it. It's cute. So thank you for agreeing to work on my board, and I will send it off to you very soon. And I really appreciate you because I don't really know what I'm doing. I was just trying to do something. I'm trying to show you all the over the top crazy stuff without having any kind of experience in what I was trying to do. But I hope you enjoy it, and I show off. I I used to be in a band and I used to make music, and I still like to fiddle around with synths and try to do cool stuff. I haven't done it in a while. Most of this music I made, shoot, back around the last time I booted up my Amiga, 15, 18, 20 years ago. So, I just recently got a MIDI controller so I can fiddle around on my computer. I don't have an actual synth, but I have some virtual synths on my computer. So I'm looking forward to playing around with that. And again, thank you for agreeing to work on my motherboard. That's really nice of you. And that'll be awesome if this works out. It'd be great. And actually be an honor. It'll be an honor to see my motherboard being fixed on your channel, because you know what you're doing. I'm I'm fiddling around. I don't know what the heck I'm doing, and you know what you're doing. You know how to fix it. So that'd be great to see you working on my motherboard on your channel. So thank you again, Chris Edwards, and you're the man. And I'm glad you got your basement refinished. All that the fiberglass, exposed fiberglass, that was a little annoying the first couple of videos I watched, and I'm glad you finally got your basement refinished, and good for you. And because that glass can get in your skin, and then it's all itchy. You're all itchy all the time. But anyway, then I digress. I'm a little off subject, but thank you, and thank you for coming on my latest video. I'm just showing it's my latest video, but I recorded this stuff a few months ago, maybe 4 or 5 months ago, and I just didn't know what to do with it. I was a little disappointed because my computer wasn't working, and I didn't know how to bring it together. But now I'm just showing a little overview. So thank you again for coming along on Quintek Retro, and I appreciate your support for my channel. And again, thank you for supporting me, and I just love to put out these videos because it's a joy to me, and it is my joy because, well, first of all, we're in the middle of this pandemic, and we can't hang out with our friends or anything. So what can you do? You can share your experiences that you have at home, and this is an experience. I haven't experienced this kind of joy since the late 90s the mid to late 90s, since I first had this this Amiga. Since I first had this Amiga, I always loved the Amiga ever since I first got it in the early 90s. I guess it was around 94. My first Amiga 500, I got it around 94. And I've loved this system ever since. I guess I was a little late in the game because I didn't know anything about it. But heck, I got my first Atari 8-bit in 1985, and it was originally released in like 77 or 78, so I've always been a little bit late to the game. And somehow I've always been drawn to the underdog. The underdog. Atari was the underdog because Commodore 64 kind of came and kicked their butt. And then Amiga came and they were great. And then Mac and PC came and pounded them. And then what else? I bet there's been a couple more. That's the two I can really think of. But I've always loved these underdog companies, and they've offered some great content. So I hope you enjoy this latest video, and I hope you enjoy these companies' content. I love the Amiga, and I can't wait till it's fixed. And thank you for watching. All right. Take care. So you'll have to excuse all the background noise. This is my little makeshift soldering station, and I have my door open because I don't have one of those smoke extractors, so I'm using a large fan to blow air out the door. And there's a bunch of dogs barking outside and a lot of insects chirping. So if you hear some noise in the background, that's what that is. Now, I don't have a whole lot of experience soldering, but my friend told me I should just get an old PC motherboard to practice on, but I didn't get around to that, and I'm just going to dive right in. This is my Amiga 2000 motherboard, and this socket here is my 68,000 socket. It's a 64-pin IC socket, and I bought a replacement. This is the machined. It's got the machined holes. You probably couldn't see that, but anyway, I'm going to remove this old socket and put in this new socket. And I have some very basic tools. I have a soldering iron to heat things up, and I just bought this. This is like to clean the tip or whatever. This came in a kit I got last year, like about a year and a half ago. And my sister, I asked for a soldering kit. I didn't know why I wanted it at the time. I just wanted one, and now I'm finally using it for a good purpose. And it came with all these other things. So one of the things it came with was this, which is the solder remover syringe. It's kind of like a syringe, and it came with solder. And then I bought this flux paste. And I know most people use like a liquid flux, it was a lot more expensive, so I just got the paste. And then I have this de-solder braid. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this board, and this is a little ambitious. I've never done anything like this. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to desolder all these pins of this socket and try to resolder this socket on. So And I understand it's a little counterintuitive, but this is what I've heard. If you add more solder, add new solder to your pins, it makes it a lot easier to get these pins off. So that's what I'm going to do today. Hopefully, it will be fruitful. So we'll see. We'll find out together. Alright. So I'm going to heat up my soldering iron, so give me a minute. So I've given it a couple minutes. I think it's probably hot enough by now. Now, this is my first time doing any soldering project like this. And bear with me, because I also have a camera in my way. So these here, this long strip and this long strip, it's 64 pins. So this is my first soldering project. So let's see how this goes. Oh, I forgot to turn on my fan. It's going to get noisy, so please excuse the noise. So I'm going to try this. So this supposedly has some flux already embedded inside the core of the solder. And flux is also supposed to help the removal process. Alright, well, here she blows. Doesn't look good at all. There's probably a lot of that around this whole area. But now that's what I'm going to work on. Hopefully this fixes my problem.